Hello everyone, I hope you're all good. This is Mark again, 26 Media. In today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you uh, getting started with Photoshop with this software here. Let me quickly open this. So when you open Photoshop for the first time, it comes like this. Depending if you have opened it anytime before or not, normally comes like this, and you can organize your Photoshop the way you want. And you're gonna start creating a new file. Alright, to create a new file in Photoshop, you can say Control New. So and then, or you can click on the New button, Control New, and this window should pop up. And then here you put the name of your file. In my case, I'm gonna say test or first class. Let me just say test. And this is how it's gonna show. Now, if you wanna get pages or papers like A4, A5, A3, and so forth, so on, you click on document type. Here where I say custom, if you go to international paper, you're going to be able to see different sizes like A4, A6, A5, A3, in case you wanna find those kind of file. This is the ones that I mostly use, unless if I'm editing pictures and I have the pictures ready, like I'm gonna show you. Otherwise, I normally create here. If it's A4, I go for A4 or A3, depending on the file I'm creating, or you can come up with any. As always, the size are here, measured in millimeters. The pixel 300 is okay for me. The colors RGB, 8 bits is fine. The background, I normally leave it on because I can always remove and add if I need. And I can say okay to create. And this is how the file looks like. So I have my page here, it's empty as always. And this is how it looks. So the first tool is called selection tool. If I select it, and the other one is the artboard tool that allows me to play with the artboard, reducing, increasing, changing the way it looks and all that. You can always change it, making it smaller, making it bigger, depending on how I want to do it. Let me go back to my selection tool. Just to tell you a little bit quickly tip, if you click on your left using the keyboard, it selects the tool that is on top. When you see this little icon in this corner here, it means that there are more to it, so you can right click to see what else is there. Okay, what I like about Photoshop is whatever tool you select, if you go over and wait a bit, it shows you how you should use it and how it works. The selection tool, Photoshop says move tool. I normally say selection tool because I'm used to use Illustrator and Photoshop. They call selection tool, but InDesign says move tool. I also like this tool. I normally use this guy when I want to select a background or highlight things, like dragging or drawing it through the path in order to cut. I'm going to show you when I drag an image in here. And I'm gonna go through the most basic tools and the ones we mostly use, so that I can show you how they work. So in order for you to understand, I'm gonna quickly jump into my folder, and I'm gonna drag some pictures so you can see how to work with them. The first folder I'm gonna drag is this one. I'm gonna drag this image inside. So Photoshop shows your picture like this because you didn't place yet. For now, I'm tracking how I should place, maybe resizing, maybe rotating it. You can rotate, place, and see how you can properly adjust your image. When you're satisfied or happy with that, you can click on this icon here and the image is gonna be shown properly like that. And then I go to move tool, and then I'm able to move my image around my paper. So when you come to the layers, it shows you where your image is. For instance, I can hide and see, so you can see which image it is, and this guy is the background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select my image. My image is selected now. Just a little quick, I want to show you regarding the selection tool. Make sure that you always show the transform control. It allows you to see what you select. When this is not enabled, you won't be able to see what you select. The other tip I want to give you about selection tool is this one, auto select. It works like this. If auto select is off, I won't be able to click anywhere. If I want to select any of the things that is on the screen here, I have to select here like this. When I click on this guy, because auto select is off, I won't be able to click on the logo. I can only click on the logo here. Can you see? But as soon as I put it on, I am able to select anywhere I want. Can you see the difference? So this is more or less how selection tool works. I'll leave auto select on for now, and this is how selection tool works. Now the magnetic laser tool works like this. Under here there are different type of laser tool. There is this one which I can clear, delete or select like this, and once the path is selected, I can delete if I want. I can maybe erase as well if I want. Let me go to this guy and erase it. You see, as I'm erasing, it doesn't delete anywhere else, only the selected part. Can you see? Even if I come here, it doesn't erase, only here, because that is the selected part. I said it should select. So I normally use this tool when I wanna cut, when I wanna remove background, when I wanna cut any specific thing. Like if I say Control J from my keyboard, it's duplicate but only the selected part, like this, only the selected part. So I have another object here on my layers. So sometimes if I wanna be more creative, I can use this tool like this. Let me select this guy, and then I can go something like this. Of course you can work on it and try to make it a little bit more perfect. I'm just showing you how the tool works. You can be more creative. I select this guy and I can take it like this, Control J, and I have this path or this part removed from it, right? Okay, the next thing I'm gonna show is this guy here. So this guy is a little bit more different. It makes straight lines. Can you see? The first one I showed you, you are very much free to cut or draw the way you want, but it's very difficult to make it very straight and good lines. This guy, it kind of like makes straight lines only. Once you select it, you can remove, you can cut, you can delete or do whatever you want. And the last one is the magnet one, which is the one people mostly use. To zoom in, you hold Alt and zoom out, zoom in and out. I mean scroll up and down using your mouse. This one is quite smart because you only go and it creates a path itself following the difference on the colors, if it's too white or too different or too light or too dark. This is what this guy do. It's magnetic. You just go to the path exactly where you want, and then you close. Now when there is places which it didn't take well, in case, like in this case, you can put it like this. This is how you normally do. You use shift and alt. If you hold alt or shift, you'll be able to see that a plus come there under the arrow. If I hold shift, a minus come there, so that the minus, you can remove it like this. This is in case you didn't take it properly. Can you see? Minus I am removing. Let me put minus here as well to remove. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get this perfectly done. In case you need to make it perfect, check here. I hold alt for my keyboard, and I put an initial dot there, and I come here and I go like this, just to make sure it cuts properly. And I come here and I close, and then the line is straight now. You can do the same all over, but in this case it's not out, it's on the inside. Instead of holding alt for minus, I hold shift, because in this case I want to add, so I add like this, holding shift. Can you see? It's perfect now. So you can go ahead and fix it with your own time. And the reason why you would do this is when you want to remove background, you want to change the background, you want to change the color and things like that. Like if I want to change the color of that, I can go to this guy, paint bucket, and I go ahead and change the color. In case I don't want black, I can use red for instance, and I go ahead and change it. So, and I do this when I want to make sure I only change on this highlighted one. Otherwise, there are other ways of doing this. You can also remove this background, you can change it, you can duplicate it, and do whatever you want. There are many reasons why you would want to do that, but of course, to change the color, you don't really necessarily need to go there, because I can literally just click straight to, sorry, not here, select this guy. I can literally click straight there and change the color. But in case you don't want to mess up or touch where you don't want to duplicate or create any specific thing, you can use this guy. So this is how those guys are working. So I'm basically showing you a few tools and a few things and how you would use them. There are different ways of erasing eraser. If I go to this magic eraser tool, if you click on any object, it erases everything that is similar, like this, like this. If I want to erase the fonts, can you see what it does? This is how eraser tool works, the magic eraser tool. Or if you don't want to use the magic eraser tool, you can use the normal eraser, which you can manually erase it like this. The other tool I would want to show you is it's how you can remove the background from your image. And how you can fix and edit pictures. There is many other tools. Majority of them works the same as InDesign or Illustrator. You can go ahead and experiment them. Yeah, this one is a type tool, which is the same thing. You select your type tool, and after selecting the type tool, you can go ahead and start creating your text box and things like that. I can create my text box like this, and after creating the text box I can go start typing what I want. I guess the font is white, this is why it's showing like that. We'll go ahead and make it black. Good, this is better now. My font is here. You can always make big and small. You can increase the font here. So I say okay. So if you go back to the type tool, you can highlight your text and then you start making the changes. And then here I can align to the center. The type of the text is Manual Pro. I can change here, or you can click here to see all the fonts you have. So this is all the fonts I have. You can go ahead and pick any you like. I'm just gonna pick this guy. So this is how you can choose your font. And then let me go back in. Choosing your font, you can increase the size here by moving it to the left or to the right. From this T here to the left or to the right, or if you know the specific font you wanna put, you can actually type here I want 30, and then you can play around with more options here. Like for instance, I can go to my type and choose this this effect which it curves like this, and I can go like this, or I can go like that. I can leave it like this, but you can go ahead and play with them so that you can see how it looks. To the up or down, vertical, horizontal. There are many different kind of effects, and it shows you how the font is gonna go, so you can go ahead and try them. Alright, so now let's go ahead and do what we mostly do when we are using Photoshop. We mostly use Photoshop for editing pictures, so I wanna go get some pictures and so we can edit them. The pictures we're going to be using is this one. This is how the picture is and was. Let me quickly show you so we can start editing them.